there was this structure of heart. There was blood veins, blue and red veins running around, and Swami showed to all of us, and then said, and Swami pulled it from the in the same action, reverse action he did, and he gave the. With pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan. It was in the year of 1987 that I had the chance to see Swami for the first time. I had finished my 12th class exams, and I had a very stunning experience. In fact, after this incident took place, my feelings for Swami became very strong, and I thought I should see Swami. And in 1987, finally, during the summer holidays, that is in the month of May or so, I came to Puttaparthi, and I had the first darshan of Swami. And that darshan actually, it was so thrilling, and it was so unique, and I felt in my heart for the first time that I had the glimpse of God, and there were tears in my eyes, and I really that time felt, looking at the students sitting there, will I ever have the chance to sit along with these students and then have the darshan of Swami? So that was the feeling I had. Eventually, I wrote the entrance test, and by Swami's grace, I cleared and joined the university. And during the first week of my BSc undergrad, I joined undergrad. During the darshan lines, Swami came close to me and then asked me, "Ekkadi nunchi vachavu? From where do you come from? Where do you come from?" And I said, "Swami, I come from a small village near Anantapur. Its name is Pamidi," I said. And Swami immediately said, "Nenu vachanu. I also came to Pamidi." I didn't know these details, though my parents are devoted to Swami. And then Swami said, "I came to your house," and Swami started speaking 10 minutes. That time your father also was a very small boy, he was not married, your mom was not at home. All that Swami recounted, and I felt so happy. And later when I inquired with my father said, yes, Swami had come to our house, and Swami had stayed in the village, in fact, for more than 20 days, all that. And that showed that the omniscience of Swami, and how he is aware of everybody. And Swami was telling about my family and telling about some details which even I didn't know. That was my first experience with Swami. I always cherish that in my heart. Later I had the chance to go to Vrindavan and study there, and during one of the Trayi sessions in Trayi Vrindavan, we all used to assemble in the evening. Once classes are over, we will have bhajans in the hall there, Sai Ramesh Hall. That time Sai Ramesh Hall was not there, and then we moved to Trayi Vrindavan. It was called Sai Krishna Bhavan or something like that. And we all used to sit around Swami, and Swami will chat with us for an hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Those were the most beautiful and enjoyable sessions we ever had in our lives. And even now those memories give us so much strength, and we keep remembering Swami's love. So on one such occasion, we were all sitting around Swami. I was sitting very close to Swami, just next to Swami's feet, and we were pressing Swami's feet. And during the course of talk, Swami looked at one boy and then suddenly said, "Hey boy, get up, come here." Swami called him, and he came close. Then Swami looked at warden. Where is this boy staying in the hostel? Which floor is he staying? And warden said, Swami is staying in third floor, something like that. Swami said, no, 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 immediately shift this boy to ground floor. See, this boy is thin and weak, and he has also got a heart problem, Swami said. And Swami looked at this boy was little shaken. Swami said, you don't have to worry, Swami is there to take care of everything. And saying so, Swami waved his hand, and there came a beautiful Shivalinga, a transparent Shivalingam. It was very unique. I was sitting next to Swami, so I could clearly see that linga. I had that opportunity. It was transparent, but inside there was the structure of heart. There was blood veins, blue and red veins running around, and Swami showed to all of us, and then said, "So this is the heart inside the lingam. This the small black spot you see there. That's the problem that this boy has," and he turned to that boy and said, keep this lingam with you and then do abhisheka and take that water every day. Slowly that problem will go away. And that boy was very happy. He came and took Pada Namaskar and took that lingam. And Swami says, don't think abhishekam means it's a big procedure, you need to do big puja, all that. It's very simple. Just keep the lingam in a plate, take some water and say, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, and pour water and drink that water. See, that's how Swami makes it so simple. Puja also is not very difficult puja. He knows about the student, he knows about his problem, he also knows our capability. And he will go to any extent to help us like this. That was one beautiful incident I remember. Like this, every day something or other used to happen where Swami will show his love for students, or sometimes he is, as a teacher he will guide somebody, he will be stern sometimes, and sometimes he will show as God what the power of God which you can only imagine, you could witness in the presence of Swami. Remember one of my classmates, he was sitting next to me in one of the Trayi sessions. We were sitting. I was sitting at right hand side and the boy was sitting on left hand side. Both of us were doing Pada Seva, and Swami, in between, this boy told Swami, I have got sinus problem. He said, since when you have this problem? I said, Swami, I have got for so many years, I used so many medicines, all that, but this. And immediately Swami waved his hand, and there came a small transparent bottle with like small pills in that. I said, there are 100 tablets in this. You take one tablet every day, very small tablet, tiny tablets. And after this bottle gets over, your problem also will be over, he said. And Swami stretched out his hand like this. Tell me what is there in this hand. All of us were looking at it. And that boy blurted out, Swami, there is medicine also in your hand. Swami said, medicine kadra, medicine factory unnai. Swami said, there are medicine factories. Not only that, everything is in this hand. You be good, you be disciplined, you make Swami happy, you will get everything. Those were really beautiful days. Yet on another one day, there was this boy, my classmate again. Swami had blessed him with a ring, and Swami had told him, do not show this ring to everybody. Okay, this is only for you, otherwise people will feel jealous, all that. So maintain a silence and be disciplined. After a few days, in the same Trayi session, this boy knelt down on his knees and then asked Swami, Swami, I need your permission. Swami said, for what? The boy said, Swami, I want to show this ring to my parents. Swami said, oh, atlana, is that so? Let me see the ring, he said. Give me the ring. Swami took that ring from him and then held it like this and then he did. And the ring disappeared. And then he turned to this boy and said, so to show to your parents, you need my permission, but to show to your friends, you don't need my permission. Is that correct? He asked. The boy's face became very small. He was upset. But Swami said, That's not the way you should treat your parents. The real respect for parents, if you have, you really do not need God's permission. Right? And Swami chided him a little bit, and the session continued. So this boy was sitting, he was little hurt, and after the entire session was over, Swami got up to leave. He took 2 steps and then turned back and then said, "Re Sai Baba okasari ichinaka edi venakki teeskodu. Once Sai Baba gives, he will never take it back." And Swami pulled it from in the same action, reverse action he did, and he gave that ring to that boy and then said, "Be disciplined, be respectful to parents." Yeah, that was a nice experience. That's what I remember. This is another incident that took place. This was in 1992. My parents and myself and my sister, we were all called for the interview. And we were all sitting around Swami and then talking to Swami. And during the conversation, my mother asked Swami, "Swami, my youngest son, that is my younger brother, is not doing so well in studies. So you should bless him so that he will do well." And Swami immediately said, "See, all these institutions, all this for what I have built, it's all built for you only. And I have given the best resources possible. You should work hard and then and get good marks and then do well in studies. Swami's grace is always there," he said. And then after that he didn't stop. Swami said, "See, that boy, Vishwanath, that is my younger brother, he has acted in a drama. And he acted as a Ravanasura and then did his role so well and has given a lot of joy to me. I saw that drama. So since he has given joy to me, he will never go down in his life. Can anybody, after giving happiness to Swami, will go down in life? That's not going to happen." That was the assurance he gave. Yes, after that he did very well, and he did his MBA later outside, and he joined a multinational company. He is doing very fine even now. So the lesson that we learn from this is, when we focus on how to make Swami happy, automatically our lives also will be taken care by him. Later, at one point of time, he fell sick. He was very sick and he had some heart problem. He was admitted in hospital. One of our students came to Swami and then gave the letter saying that this such and such person is having problem. And Swami gave vibhuti and then sent. He came directly to the hospital. The hospital was in Hyderabad. He came and in the operation theatre, we gave that vibhuti to my brother. And believe me or not, next day morning, some 5-6 doctors were standing around my brother, and they were discussing like how this clot could disappear in the heart. They were kind of puzzled. So there is not even a small trace left. Your brother is hale and healthy. You can take him back home, they said. And in a matter of 4 or 5 days, he was discharged, and no operation was required. Very mild procedure. And that shows Swami continues to take care of you in life wherever you are. Not necessary that you are a student here. Once you have lived, given that joy to Swami, you have tried to please Swami, and the gains you have due to that are tremendous. Swami very often stresses on the need for good company. And Swami says, Satsangatve, Nisangatvam, Nisangatve, Nirmohatvam, so on and so forth. So good company is very important in life. In 1992 Kodaikanal trip, Swami brought out this particular theme very nicely, very beautifully. What used to happen was, when we go out for a trip in Kodaikanal, Swami used to join us in the bus. We all used to get into the bus, some 30 of us or so, and Swami will go in the car in the front first. Then after some time, Swami will signal and the car will stop and bus will stop. Swami will get down from the car, he will walk to the bus and get in and sit one of the seats, and we all will sit around him. And from then onwards, the journey used to go on with Swami. So on one such occasion when Swami came and joined us, Swami's car is going in front. The passers by and devotees, they didn't know that Swami is actually sitting in the bus. So we were all sitting in the bus, and so because they don't know that Swami is in the bus, they assumed that Swami is still in the car and started doing pranams to the car. But this went on for some time, and from inside the bus, Swami was noticing this, and then he told all of us, look there, see how devotees are bowing down to the car, though I am not there, because they are assuming that. And Swami said, Ayyo, na namaskaralanni potunnayi. He said, all my namaskars I am losing, Swami said playfully, and all of us laughed. And then, so immediately Swami became little serious, and then she said, this is the impact of good company and bad company. Swami said, the car was in good company, it was in my company. So because I used to get namaskars, now it continues to get those namaskars. Whereas I have come into your company, so I am losing my namaskars. So that's how very beautifully Swami brought home the importance of good company. And many such incidents Swami will narrate. The message, the beautiful message of Swami will convey so nicely that it will stay in your heart. Swami gave this example of discipline. Swami gave the importance of discipline, why one needs to be disciplined in life. And Swami gave the example of Chaddimuta, which means the tiffin box that your parents would give you when you are going for a long journey, right? So you take that food with you. On the way, when you get tired, and you will take that food, and you will continue your journey. You are more energetic, and your tiredness is gone. All that. Swami said discipline is also like that. It is something that you take along with you, so that gives you energy and strength to continue. But so long as, just as if food remains in the tiffin box, the carrier, and you don't partake it, it's not going to give you any energy or the strength. Similarly, discipline, if you don't assimilate and carry it with you just for the sake of others, it becomes a burden, just as the tiffin box becomes a burden after some time. Whereas if you assimilate the discipline, it gives you strength, like the food when you partake, it gives you the strength. And after that, you will not only, the burden also is reduced, but you have also got extra energy to carry on. So that was something very nice example Swami gave about discipline. Another nice message of Swami that I recall is with regard to how one should enjoy the world. Swami gave nice example of a physics teacher. He said, consider a physics teacher who is in a school and is taking care of the physics lab. And Swami said, vernier calipers or pendulum, all these items Swami described, and then said, these are all the various paraphernalia that you will have in the lab, and the teacher would use, the physics teacher would use all these things to explain the concept or make students do the experiment, so on and so forth. But if any of you try to play with the instrument, or don't handle it well, and the teacher would lose temper, and he will say, no, you cannot handle it like this, you should handle it properly, and he will also tell you how to do it correctly, so on and so forth. So that way he will even show that kind of a attachment to these objects. But the day when the teacher gets the order that he has to go on transfer to another school, he would assemble all the articles, he will write nicely the list of items, and he will surrender it to the next teacher in charge. And then he will leave the college without any pain. So similarly, in this world, when you are enjoying, you should renounce and then enjoy. First you renounce the object, know for sure that it actually does not belong to you. You are only the custodian, or it is given to you for some time. If you have that kind of a feeling towards the world, when you are leaving the world, or when you are leaving a place, or when you are leaving a particular object, it will not cause so much pain. There won't be that attachment. That is called as dispassion. And Swami nicely explained the difference between dispassion and then indifference. These two are different. Dispassion is good, indifference is not good. With dispassion, you will continue to have the required attachment, or the concern for the world. But when it comes to departing from that particular object or place, you will not have the pain in your heart, because you have truly renounced before itself. Before enjoying itself, you have renounced it. So this is another beautiful message I remember.
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Gananam Tva Ganapati Gum Havamai Kavim Kavinam Upamasravastamam Jestarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata anasrinvannoti Dasadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vachebirvajinivati Dhinama Vitrayavatu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Om Shanti 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 Purusasya Vitmasahasrakshasya Mahadevasya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Tatpurushaya Vitmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Tatpurushaya Vitmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Dandi Prachodayat Tatpurushaya Vitmahe Chakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Nandi Prachodayat Tatpurushaya Vitmahe Mahasenaya Dhimahi Tanna Shanmuga Prachodayat Tatpurushaya Vitmahe Swarna Pakshaya Dhimahi Tanno Garuda Prachodayat Vedatmanaya Vitmahe Hiranyagarbhaya Dhimahi Tanno Brahma Prachodayat Narayanaya Vitmahe Vasudevaya Dhimahi Tanno Vishnu Prachodayat Vajranakaya Vitmahe Teksna Dagumstraya Dhimahi Tanno Narasigumha Prachodayat Bhaskaraya Vitmahe Mahayutikaraya Dhimahi Tanno Aditya Prachodayat Vaishvanaraya Vitmahe Lalilaya Dhimahi Tanno Agni Prachodayat Katyayanaya Vitmahe Kanyakumari Dhimahi Tanno Durge Prachodayat Om Saishwaraya Vitmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat Om शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मेधा देवी जुषमाना न आगात् विश्वाचि भद्रा सुमनस्यमाना त्वया जुस्तानुदमाना दुरुक्तान् बृहद्वदेम विदते सुवीरा त्वया जुस्ता ऋषिर्भवति देवी त्वया ब्रह्मा गतश्रीरुतत्वया त्वया जुस्तश्चित्रं विन्दते वसुसानो जुषस्व रविनो न मेदे मेदाम इन्द्रो ददातु मेदां देवी सरस्वती मेदामे अश्विनपुबावा दत्तां पुष्करस्रजा अप्सरासु चया मेधा गन्धर्वेषु चयन्मनः देवी मेधा सरस्वती सा मां मेधासुरभिर्जुषतागुं स्वाहा आमां मेधासुरभिर्विश्वरूपा हिरण्यवर्णा जगति जगम्या ऊर्जस्वती पयसा पिन्वमाना सा मां मेधा सुप्रदीका जुषन्ताम् मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि इन्द्रियं ददातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो व्राजो ददातु हंसाय विद्महे परमहंसाय धीमहि तन्नो हंसः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नीला देवी गुं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये गृह्णाहि घृतवती सवितराधिपत्ये पयस्वतिरन्तिरासानो अस्तु ध्रुवादृशां विष्णुपत्यघोरा शेषाना सहसोया मनोतान् बृहस्पतिर्मातरि सोतवायुः सन्दुवानावाता अभिनो गृह्णतु विस्तम्भो दिवो दरुणपृथिव्या अशेषाना जगतो विष्णुपत्नी। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां ज्ञानेन मार्गेण महीमहेशाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा हे शिवनंदन पाहि दयाला हे शिवनंदन पाहि दयाला हे शिवनंदन पाहि दयाला परितिपुरीश्वर जगन्महिमाला परितिपुरीश्वर जगन्महिमाला परितिपुरीश्वर जगन्महिमाला परितिपुरीश्वर जगन्महिमाला प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा मंगलदायक हे गणनाथा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा हे शिवनंदन पाहि दयाला परितिपुरीश्वर जगन्महिमाला प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा प्रणव स्वरूप विघ्न विनाशा मंगलदायक हे गणनाथा
वृंदावन में राधे श्याम वृंदावन में राधे श्याम अवधपुरी में जय सिया राम अवधपुरी में जय सिया राम विंध्य हिमाचल में शिव शंकर विंध्य हिमाचल में शिव शंकर अवधपुरी में साई राम अवधपुरी में साई राम राम कृष्ण शिव गोविंद नरहरि राम कृष्ण शिव गोविंद नरहरि नारायण साई नारायण नारायण साई नारायण वृंदावन में राधेशा अवधपुरी में जय सिया विंध्य हिमाचल में शिव शंकर अवधपुरी में साईं राम कृष्ण शिव गोविंद नरहरि नारायण साई नारायण
सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती मंगल मंजुल विलासिनी मंगल मंजुल विलासिनी वीणवादिनी कलावती वीणवादिनी कलावती हंसवाहिनी विद्यादायिनी हंसवाहिनी विद्यादायिनी वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती ब्रह्मदेव सती भारती मंगल मंजुल विलासिनी वीणवादिनी कलावती हंसवाहिनी विद्यादायिनी वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती वेदमाता श्री साई भगवती सद्गुरु साई सरस्वती
माँ हे माँ अंब भवानी लक्ष्मी माता लक्ष्मी माता लक्ष्मी माता लक्ष्मी माता अंब भवानी लक्ष्मी माता साई माता जग जननी साई माता जग जननी माँ हे माँ जय साई गुरुदेवा साई गुरुदेवा जय साई गुरुदेवा साई गुरुदेवा तुम्ही हो साई गुरुदेवा सत्य स्वरूपा याद दिखाओ साई गुरुदेवा गुरु सेव बिना निर्वाण नहीं जय साई गुरुदेवा गुरु सेव बिना निर्वाण नहीं जय साई गुरुदेवा जय साई गुरुदेवा साई गुरुदेवा सर्वधर्म प्रिय देवा सर्वधर्म प्रिय देवा सत्य साई देवा सत्य साई
विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ, विभूति सुंदर साईनाथ, साईनाथ साईनाथ सत्य
भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, हरि नाम बिना आनंद नहीं, हरि भजन बिना शांति नहीं, जप ध्यान बिना हरि भजन बिना हरि भजन बिना सुख शांति नहीं।
शांति शांति शांति। भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो न प्रचोदयात्। शांति शांति शांति। साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। साईश्वराय विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वप्रचोदयात्। शांति शांति शांति।
Om Sai Ram. Bhagavan's counsel for today. Embodiments of love. The flux that you see in the world is the dance of Shiva. This is something which one cannot see, one cannot comprehend and understand. They are the waves of night and day, death and life which go on forever. It is something very natural that we have death and birth. Dharma, righteousness and unrighteousness is also very natural. When dharma increases naturally, adharma declines. When unrighteousness increases, dharma naturally declines. The reason for dharma and adharma are men and women. Jai Sai Ram, and now we shall offer Mangala Arati to Bhagavan.
ओम जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्री समस्तलोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय।
भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।